9:40, welcome back to Morning Break. Drones are popular nationwide. Some news organizations using them to capture the news, and companies like Google and Amazon getting ready to deliver packages with them. But what about racing them? Well, it's happening here in Charlotte. Take a look at this video from Flymore Invitational Drone Race. It was held this summer at the historic Savona Mill in Charlotte. It was quite an outing for drone racers at the old mill there, and you can see the drones are racing, but the pilots are actually using virtual reality goggles to fly their drones through the old factory there. And joining us now is Morrow, who along with his brother has set up this unique racing system here in Charlotte, building drones and flying them and racing them. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Yeah. So let's, one of the things I want to know first is, what does it take to build one of these?
A lot of time and a lot of patience. Trust me on that.
So, oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
So it takes and a little bit of money too, but if you have a little bit of electronic skills, you're able to actually solder some of these wires together. So once you have all the components, you just need a little bit of soldering skills, and you'll have four propellers right here, 4 ESCs, your speed controllers right there and there. You have a flight controller there, power distribution board. You got your battery for you.
And this actually has, it's not working today, but this has a transmitter that you put a camera on, that transmits a signal to a virtual reality goggle, and then you fly the drone through your controller through the goggles.
Exactly, and that's called FPV, when you're looking through goggles and actually seeing first-person view what your quadcopter is actually doing in the air.
And how hard is that to do and race at the same time?
Well, you're actually going to need the first-person view to race if you're just looking at it through your line of sight.
And this is first-person video, so this is what a pilot is seeing in his VR goggles.
That is cool.
Yeah, and it allows you to react a little bit faster, get a better sense of where you are in the space that you're in.
And tell us how the race works.
So we had a race. We had 4 pilots compete at the same time for each heat. The first half of the day is dedicated to qualifying rounds, so the best times progress on to the next round. And then later on in the day, we just do head-to-head 4 at a time. Best pilots win.
Best pilots win. Yeah. So you mentioned someone that placed second. Well, what happened with them?
That's right. The person who took second at the Flymore Drone Race, his name is Paul Nurkala. He went on to compete in Drone Nationals. Our race was a qualifying event, so he qualified for Drone Nationals, went on to compete, and he took second there as well. And he's actually competing in Drone Worlds, which is coming up in October. So
where's that being held?
That's in Hawaii.
Oh, not bad.
All right, so next year, if I want to become a drone racer,
yes.
Are you having a tournament next year?
We plan on having a race, but before you do that, you're really going to want to get your education in.
You don't want to trust me with a drone. I'll be flying that thing.
You don't want to just pick it up and go.
Violating airspace and everything.
Yeah, it takes time to learn, and it's really nice to have somebody guide you through this. So Flymore is actually recently launched Flymore Academy drone camps. So we are going to have drone camps for both youth and adult. And our next session is coming up November 5th, running with our partners Drone CLT and Charlotte UAV. So we're really excited about that.
Why don't we stand up here? We're going to stand up, move away from the table, and Miller is going to give us a little demonstration here of his drone flying. And tell us, how did you fry your transmitter?
So I crashed, wire came out of the battery, touched the base of the antenna.
Okay.
Caused a little bit of trouble there.
Okay, right. So I'm going to stand over here.
Yeah. Just stand.
And this is a drone that you have actually raced before.
My brother has raced this one. I built it. My brother took it as soon as it was ready, before I could even fly it, and he went and raced it in New York and crashed it, and then so it had to be rebuilt.
All right, let's fly.
Low battery.
We have a low battery.
I hear that all the time about me too.
There we go.
So.
And what's the forward speed on this?
This thing goes 60 miles per hour.
60 miles an hour.
Yep, 60 miles per hour. It goes very, very fast.
And you can pretty much...
They are incredibly cool.
You can pretty much control it and get it into a hover there. I know you're having some battery problems, but is it pretty maneuverable?
It is pretty maneuverable.
Nice
but
catch.
yeah, it moves very quick. These things will go fast, 60 miles per hour. So
Wow.
yeah,
Now-
they're fun to fly.
Well, what is the learning curve to learn how to become proficient in flying a drone?
Sure. So the hardest part for me, I think, was, well, first of all, you're going to want to know how to build these before you fly them. You're going to break them a lot. I just talked about crashing and frying my video transmitter. You're going to do that
Would the
almost
first
every
step
time
though
you
be
fly.
to buy one that's already made, and sort of learn from there? And
Yeah, I would recommend that. It just gives you a chance to go out and try it without dealing with all the wires and stuff and the building part. But you can buy ready to fly, and they're a lot of fun. But you're really eventually going to want to know kind of the electronics behind it.
Miller Morrow, thanks for coming in this morning. We're going to let you
Yes.
fly one more time as we head here to break. Flying drones in the WBTV studio.